Mapayapang hapon Pilipinas! Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja Elizalde, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH Radio at sa mga nanonood sa DZRH TV, lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Noong nakaraang Biyernes ay nagbukas sa CCP Tanghalang Ignacio Jimenez ang isang dulang musikal na naglalayong isabuhay ang diwa ng kabayanihan ni Emilio Jacinto na naitala sa ating kasaysayan bilang isa sa mga pinakamataas na opisyal sa himagsikang Pilipino. Isang magiting na manunulat na itinuturing din ng marami bilang utak ng katipunan. Namatay si Jacinto sa edad na 23 anyos lamang at bukod sa kanyang mga naiwang pamana tulad ng kartilya ng katipunan at mga artikulo sa mga pahayagang revolusyonaryo, kakaunti lamang talaga ang nalalaman natin tungkol sa buhay niya. Kaya't huwag kayong aalis, samahan ninyo kaming kilalanin ang ating bayaning si Emilio Jacinto kasama sina Tanghalang Pilipino Artistic Director Nanding Josef and Pingkian Director Jenny Hamora. Magbabalik ang Art2Art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2Art. Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art2Art.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Art2Art at kasama natin sa hapong ito ang mga kinatawan ng dulang Pingkian, Isang, Musikal, Tanghalang Pilipino Artistic Director Nanding Josef and Pingkian Director Jenny Hamora. Welcome back! Magandang hapon sa inyong dalawa. Welcome back to Art2Art.
Yes! Great to see you after.
Ang sarap makapiling ang mga kaibigan sa show. Anyway, Tata Nanding, bago tayo dumako sa Pingkian, by the way, congratulations on opening night last Friday. And I hope maraming pang talagang manonood sa Pingkian, Isang, Musikal. Tata Nanding, bago tayo dumako sa Pingkian, can you tell us briefly about the theme of Tanghalang Pilipino's 37th season?
Ang theme namin itong 37th theater season ng Tanghalang Pilipino na nagsimula noong September of last year, ang huli itong Pingkian, ang theme ay unfiltered. Ang ibig sabihin lang ay aalisin ang lahat ng balakid o ng nakasagka doon sa tendency na itago or matakot o hindi sabihin kung ano yung nararamdaman, hindi ilabas kung ano yung nasa loob ng puso at nasa utak din. In other words, kailangang palayain ang aming nasa puso at nasa isip, essentially para sa ating bayan at sa ating mga kababayan. So yun yung aming tema or theme for the 37th season.
Okay. And so how does Pingkian embody the spirit of this theme?
Ako, sasagot ako pero palagay ko meron ding sasagot si Jenny doon. Ang Pingkian bilang isang dula, Pingkian isang musikal, actually ay nanggaling sa kagustuhan ng isang national artist, si national artist Virgilio Almario, na matagal na niyang sinasabi na napalabas niya na ang No Limitangere, El Filibusterismo ni Jose Rizal. Meron na kayong Mabining Mandirigma para kay Mabini. Meron pa kayong Aurelio Tolentino, yung Aurelio Sedicioso. Wala pa kayong pinapalabas na tungkol kay Emilio Jacinto na napakahalaga ng naging papel sa katipunan, sa himagsikan, na alam naman nating lahat na tungkol sa kalayaan, doon sa pagtatanggol sa ating bayan at pagkuha ng ating kalayaan sa mga mananako. So para sa amin, itong sinunod namin ang kagustuhan ng isang national artist kasi hanggang ngayon naman napaka-importante ng mensahe tungkol sa kalayaan sa pagsasalita, kalayaan sa pagpapahayag, at yun ay dala-dala doon sa mga sinulat ni Emilio Jacinto, lalo na yung Kartilya ng Katipunan. Na pagbabasahin natin ngayon, mahalaga lahat hanggang ngayon yung laman ng Kartilya ng Katipunan. So, baka si Jenny merong pwedeng sabihin tungkol doon sa kahalagahan.
Yes, I think really Emilio Jacinto embodies the spirit of being unfiltered. This was a man who wrote, in everything that he wrote, he expressed his feelings and the whole gamut of it, from rage, but also to his beliefs about how we have to conduct ourselves as a people, as a nation, in order to succeed in our independence. He knew it wouldn't just stop at getting the colonizers out. He knew it had to continue in our hearts as Filipinos. So talagang nakasulat naman siya. Fortunately, even if there's not much about him, like mga biographies or anything, sa mga sulat niya, sa mga na-publish sa publication ng Katipunan, ng Kalayaan, na ipahayag niya lahat ng mga beliefs niya, tsaka feelings.
Actually, mapapansin natin na napapadalas ngayon ang paggamit ng buhay ng ating mga bayani bilang paksa sa pelikula o teatro. Dati, puro si Jose Rizal ang nagkakaroon ng atensyon. Pero nitong nakaraang taon ay nagamit na din ang talambuhay ni na Antonio Luna, Apolinario Mabini, Gombursa, at ngayon nga ay si Emilio Jacinto. Sa tingin ninyo, saan nagmumula ang interes na ito?
No.
I love it.
Marami kasing mga pangyayari sa kasalukuyan na parang kapareho nung mga nangyayari in the past. No? Parang nakakalungkot na. Ano ba? 2024 na hanggang ngayon. Meron pa rin mga corruption, meron pa rin mga diktador, meron pa rin mga pang-api, meron pa rin red tagging. Parang hindi tayo gaanong nagbabago. Parang merong mali sa ating pagkatao bilang mga Pilipino. At kinakailangan talaga na ipahayag natin, lalo na sa mga kabataan, kung ano yung heroism, ano yung kabayanihan na buhay na noong pang-unang panahon. Hindi lang sa mga bayani natin, pati din sa mga katutubo natin, mga kababayan sa remote areas. No? Meron tayong kabutihan. Meron tayong kabayanihan. Meron tayong katapangan. Pero bakit hanggang ngayon pinababayaan natin na merong corrupt, dictators, and pati ang mga napakamarahas na military, at saka ang nakakasukang sabihin, government offices have not changed in terms of their values, in terms of their dealing with people. Ang lakas pa rin ng kanilang power play. Pag nasa gobyerno ka, akala nila ikaw ay makapangyarihan at dapat sundin ka ng lahat ng tao. So parang para sa amin, para sa akin, mahalaga talaga na balikan yung nakalipas. Hindi lang yung colonization period, pati yung napakagandang buhay ng ating mga katutubo bago pa dumating yung mga colonizers. No? Kasi doon makikita natin ang ganda ng values ng mga Pilipino bago pa dumating yung mga colonizers. Yun kailangang buhayin kasi bayani rin sila eh. Tapos kailangan din nating balikan yung kabayanihan Simula pa kay Rizal, kay Bonifacio, sa lahat. At ang dami pang bayani in the provinces.
Marami pa.
Hindi pa nabibigyan ng opportunity para maipahayag yung kanilang ginawang kabayanihan para sa ating kababayan at para sa bayan natin. So palagay ko, dapat ituloy lahat. Ang dami pa. Meron nga kaming ginawang programa na we highlighted the heroes, the unknown heroes sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bayan natin. Dahil napaka-importante. We have to believe that the Filipinos are actually heroes. Kay bata, kay matanda, kay taga-probinsya, kay taga-Maynila.
Okay. Well, you said so yourself, Jenny, kanina na konti lang ang nalalaman natin tungkol sa buhay ni Emilio Jacinto. I mean, he passed away at 23. So, what challenges did you face in balancing historical accuracy with creative storytelling? And balita namin, ang naging advisor pa ninyo is national artist Virgilio Armario sa proyektong ito. So, can you expound on that?
So the structure of the musical is not the typical historical narrative that we usually see. We are not aiming to educate about dates and the accuracy of events. We are basing it on a specific real event that happened in his life, where he nearly dies. Actually, at about 22, he's on the brink of death because of the Battle of Maimpis. But we use that as a springboard to imagine what would have went through his mind as he faces death, because we know at the end, he doesn't die your usual hero's death. And that's actually the crux of the story, is his dilemma of whether I want that tragic hero's death, and I want to be remembered in this glorious way, versus continuing on, embodying what Tata Nanding was saying, these community values, being good to your neighbor, building the community through family, through good deeds, through serving others, and passing on quietly. So it's an imagined story based on some real events. But I'm really very confident because, of course, not only do we have Sir Rio Alma's his expertise on Jacinto, the Katipunan, our playwright, Juan X, also his protege, and has researched this extremely well. And we have a great dramaturgical and research team. And of course, Tata Nanding as well, and the whole artistic committee in Tanghalang Pilipino we've scoured also all the documents on the Katipunan. There's a lot about the Katipunan. At least there's that. And there's many mentions of Jacinto and how people saw him and what he was doing at certain during certain events. So we can sort of piece together who this man is. But and we have consultants like Xiao Chua, also giving us a lot of trivia,
New information.
new info. We actually don't have a photo of when he was alive. Just we have a photo of his corpse. but really, our image of him is based on an artist's rendering already. But so there's a real balance between the facts and then this imagined story. But then we hope it conveys this imagined story. We hope it conveys real feelings and real dilemmas that could happen within a person who is in a position like that.
Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan tungkol sa dulang Pingkian, Isang Musikal. Dito pa rin sa Art2Art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2Art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art2Art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa musika, inihahandog ng Manila Pianos Artist Series ang lecture recital series na pinamagatang Renato B. Lucas, The Cello is Back, kung saan tampok ang naturang batikang cellist. Magsisimula ito sa March 3 sa recital na Back in Love, na susundan naman ang pangalawang recital na Reflecting Back sa April 7. Ang ikatlong recital na Back to Summer Heat ay isasagawa sa May 5. Lahat ng ito ay gaganapin sa Manila Piano Showroom, 4th floor ng Ronac Lifestyle Center sa Paseo de Magallanes, Makati. Para sa ticket at karagdagang detalye, bumisita sa Facebook page ng Manila Pianos Artist Series. Sa sining biswal, nagbukas nitong February 23 ang Asia Pacific Print Club Exhibit sa Gravity Art Space. Mula sa Pilipinas, tampok ang mga obra nina Alina Macla, Elmer Borlongan, Plet Bolipata at William Matawaran ng Pasilio Press, Angela Silva at Don Coswangco ng Rolling Paper Press at ni Mars Aglipay ng Mars Today Studio at ni Joan Sibugan ng Over Inked Studio. Kasama rin ang mga gawa ng Black Hand Gang at Crack Studio ng Indonesia at ng Cap Studio at ni Jojo Kobe ng Thailand. Makikita ang exhibit hanggang March 23. Ang Gravity Art Space ay nasa 1810 Mother Ignacia Street, Barangay Paligsahan, Diliman, Quezon City. Inihahandog ng Art Asia Gallery ang exhibit na Philippine Steampunk Festival 2024 na makikita hanggang March 6 sa SM Art Center, SM Mega Mall, Mandaluyong City. Tampok ang mga obra ng 36 na artists mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bansa, kabilang sina Aljun Alvarez, Salvador Ching, Buds Confocar, William Godinez, Pleng Lado, Melanie Lebatique, Ruel Obemio, Omi Reyes, Ben Samonte at Jake Villanueva. Ang sining na steampunk ay gumagamit ng recycled o repurposed materials, lalo na ang umiikot na bahagi ng mga makinarya o sasakyan bilang pangunahing motif. Ito ay maaring batay sa science fiction, ngunit may elementong Victorian at panimula ng Industrial Revolution.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art2Art.
Malaki ang binigay na liwanag ni Pingkian sa katipunan. At isang bahagi ng liwanag na ito ay ang kanyang kabiyak na si Catalina de Jesus.
Ikaw ang liwanag na inaabangan, ang pamumukalkan ng bukang liwayway, ngiti mong pumupad sa dilim ng gabi. Ako ay malaya pag ika'y katabi. Ang init sa bisig ng halik ng araw, tinutulaan ng mga makata at pinaglalaban naming madirigma. Kalayaan ay pagsapit ng pag-ibig. Ang pagtahan ng puso ko sa iyong dibdib. Bakit ko pa iaalay itong buhay kung di rin lang sa yakap mo mahimlay? Ikaw ang liwanag, ikaw ang liwanag. Ikaw ang pagpigil ng aking ligali,
Ang pananahimik ng aking pag-ibig.
ikaw ang liwanag sa bayang padilim.
Kasama pa rin natin ang mga kinatawan ng dulang Pingkian, Isang Musikal mula sa Tanghalang Pilipino, Artistic Director Nanding Josef at Director Jenny Hamora. Tell us more about the music of Pingkian. Sino ang mga kompositor ninyo? Lyricists?
Jenny.
Oh, yes. So the play is written by Juan Ekis. The music is composed by E.J. Yatko, and he's also acting as the musical director and the arranger. So he did everything, and then the lyrics. So Juan Ekis put it together, but basically he took everything. Well, about 90% of it, he took from Jacinto's writings. So maybe I can say that our librettist, our lyricist, Emilio Jacinto and Juan Ekis. So he versified some of it, but then a lot is taken also verbatim. Yes, so that's our team. It's a very strong team.
And it's a rock musical,
Yes,
right?
modern music, it's rock. We'll hear maybe even some rap. So the story is really told through a modern filter. Of course, our actors are young actors of today, but the music, you'll hear electric guitar, some rap, spoken word, pop
Yeah.
as well. Yes.
I think
Galing.
we're doing it with for the young audiences in mind.
We are.
That's I think it's very conscious on our part.
Kailangan naman talaga ma-develop ang
Yes.
young people to come to the theater and
Yes.
and watch, no?
True.
Yeah. Okay, so you have Gab Pangilinan playing the dual roles of Catalina de Jesus and Florencia Reyes. Are they historical personalities?
Yes. So
Sino sila sa buhay ni Emilio Jacinto?
Okay, so Florencio Reyes he may or may not have been a member of the Katipunan, but he was caught by the KKK because he was captured because he was a spy for Spain. So, and Jacinto was tasked to carry out his execution. The Katipunan had a secret council who would judge what to do with members who strayed from the from the moral code or the rules of the organization. And then some they would just kind of suspend temporarily. They could come back if they if they redeemed themselves and maybe paid the dues again. But Reyes was one who was really, they decided to execute him. And it was put in the play, this moment in time was put in the play by Juan Ekis. And I decided that Gab should play both the wife of Jacinto, Catalina de Jesus, and this man who in the play, we're not representing him historically as the man Florencio Reyes, but more of the idea of this person that Jacinto has to kill. Of course, in the midst of battle, but nonetheless, he has to take somebody's life. And how that serves as a source of his guilt for all his shortcomings. He's not perfect. Actually, lahat ng mga bayani natin,
Hindi talaga.
hindi sila
Nobody's perfect naman
Nobody's
eh.
perfect. And it's actually great to see them in that way. Kasi makaka-relate din tayo na parang kahit hindi ako perfect, pwede pa rin akong maging bayani in a way. I can redeem myself. I can still do good to my fellow men despite my past, whatever you've done. So, I wanted her to represent that. So whenever Vic Robinson, who plays Pingkian, looks at Gab Pangilinan, he either sees the wife or the man who brings him the most challenge. Yes. Yes. So that's the reason why. And of course, a lot of all the women in the cast, actually all of the cast play dual roles. We have Jonathan Tadiwan, he has to play a Katipunero and Tiniente. But also the women have to
Say
play...
something about Jose Rizal.
Yes! Oh, of course. That's one of the big ones. Jose Rizal is being played by Kaki Teodoro. And of course, everyone's like, why? And I'm like, why not? Well, actually, the idea came from another actress. I originally was seeing Rizal. I was gonna cast a male. An actress came and said she wanted to audition for it. I said, okay.
Si Kaki na yun.
No,
no?
someone else, yes. So I'm like, EJ and I were like, yeah, let's see it. And when she came in, the words that came out of her mouth, so it was supposed to be what Rizal was saying, I just honed in on those words and I didn't even see, you know, it didn't matter that she was a woman. Or, so I thought, this is great. Because somehow the image of Rizal is so iconic. It's almost too iconic that when you see him, it's either this actor playing Rizal now. And you kind of judge na parang, oh, how's he faring? How's, you know, you see Khalil Ramos, the latest Khalil Ramos in Gomburza playing Rizal. So now I want everyone to just focus on words. And then if you are challenged by, bakit babae? Or Mabini, we have in Mabining Mandirigma.
Monique Wilson played Mabini.
Woman played that. Chris Miliado said that in the past, a lot of Asian theater would have the words of wisdom, even if it was from a male historical figure. They cast a woman to say these words of wisdom. But here also, in Pingkian, I hope it's also based on the role that Rizal plays in Jacinto's mind. We'll see that Rizal appears not really as it's more of a figment of Jacinto's dream.
That was, so bahagi ng musikal ang pagtatagpo ni Emilio Jacinto at ang mga multo ni na Andres Bonifacio at Dr. Jose Rizal. So, how did you approach these relationships and what do these spirits symbolize?
They symbolize the roles they play in his life. So, going back to Rizal, in a previous scene, we'll see Kaki as she stands for something else in a previous scene. So you can make that connection as well. Who do they stand for in his life?
Merong interesting discovery ako when I reviewed the kartila ng Katipunan. Hindi ko pa ito nasabi kay Jenny. Doon sa number 10 and 11 na nasa sa kartilya, may pagka-sexist. I don't know if you noticed that. Yung number 10, ang sinasabi ay ang lalaki ang dapat nangangalaga sa bahay, at tapos yung number 11, yung dapat nirespeto ang babae dahil sa kanyang kahinaan, etc. Kasi parang I felt like si Jacinto was sexist at least on those 2 points, no? Kaya ko naisip, sabi ko, maganda itong ginawa ni Jenny na yung dalawang babae na actors ay ginawa niyang lalaki pareho. I thought, sabi ko, conscious kaya doon sa part ni Jenny yung ginawa niya. Because gender bending, I think, it's very intelligent.
And it can be very effective to open minds.
Yes.
Yeah, to open the minds of the audience. Kasi talagang you look at the play at completely different way.
Yes, and you see Rizal not just as a man, but as a human being na mayroong ganong klaseng ugali. So parang inspiration yun sa mga kabataan. Ay, pwede pala ako maging Rizal. Ay, pwede pala ako maging Mabini kahit na ako ay babae. So heroism is not limited to men.
So, sino-sino ang mga artista at key production members ng Pingkian?
Okay, so Vic Robinson plays Pingkian. Gab Pangilinan is in it. Kaki Teodoro. We have Marco Villania in a musical.
but not singing.
This is a little bit. Yeah.
Pao Castillo.
Yes, Pao Castillo is Andres
Andres
Bonifacio.
Between Escalante.
Yes. Sa Josefa Dizon, the mother of Emilio Jacinto. And then we have a really strong ensemble.
Yes.
Wow. So, there's it's a 20 strong ensemble.
You had to go through auditions
Yes.
with Jenny and
EJ
EJ
Yatko. And
Maraming
Introducing
nag-audition. Maraming nag-audition.
100,
pretty
I
good,
think.
yeah. More than 100 auditions.
So they're the best among those the theater artists who's supposed to be good in singing and dancing.
Yes,
Mga
EJ,
triple threats.
EJ Yatko's music it's really, it's no walk in the park. EJ.
Mahirap.
Mahirap po, yes.
The good singers
Yeah.
are complaining. Ang hirap. I would hear them pag nagre-rehearse, sabi, ano ba to?
I know. It's one of those moments. Like, I started out as an actor and I look at them and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm happy to be directing and not performing.
And so at the end of the performance, anong nais ninyong mensahe na maihatid o maiwan sa mga manonood?
Ang ganda-ganda ng isang kanta na kakantahin ni Dick Robinson, which I heard during one of the rehearsals. Tungkol sa kung ano daw ang tunay na himagsikan ay nasa ating puso, nasa ating pagkatao. And the challenge is for all of us to look inward and try to figure out what's wrong with ourselves instead of just pointing our fingers at people who usually make mistakes and people we don't exactly like. So, pwede rin gawin yun. Parang we have to be critical of what we see outside of ourselves. Pero napaka-importante na tayo rin mag-review kung sino tayo, ano ang weaknesses, ano rin ang strengths. Napaka-importante.
At anong kaya nating gawin para magbago.
Yes, yes. So I think napaka-importanting mensahe nun. While I think it's very important for us to be critical of what's happening in our society and we have to be very vocal about it. Hindi dapat matakot. But at the same time, huwag din tayo, we have to be humble. Look inward and try to see what's wrong with us. Na marami, palagi ko maraming mali sa atin, di ba? Maraming weaknesses which we need to correct.
At bago naman tayo magtapos, please invite our viewers and listeners na manood ng Pingkian. Hanggang kailan ito mapapanood at saan makakabili ng ticket? At magkano ang ticket?
Nagsimula na po nung Friday, nag-open na ang Pingkian, isang musikal sa tanghalang Ignacio Jimenez ng CCP. At ito po ay magpapatuloy hanggang sa March 24 of 2024. At sana po maulit ng maulit at padala namin sa ibang bahagi ng bansa natin and hopefully sa international theater festivals also. So please come and watch. Especially we're inviting especially the young people para manood kasi ginawa ito nila Jenny at ng buong pangkat ng Pingkian para sa inyong lahat. Pero dapat sumama rin ang mga magulang at saka yung mga may edad na para matuto sa play. Jenny,
yes, so for tickets, please go visit the Facebook and Instagram pages of Tanghalang Pilipino at Tanghalang Pilipino. And you can get your ticket info there. There are discounts for students as well. So, and then we also have the list of marami show buyers na po. So there are the numbers of the show buyers you can find on the Facebook and Instagram pages.
Ano ba yung hashtag? May sinasabi sila.
Yes,
hashtag Pingkian Isang Musikal.
Yes.
Hashtag Tanghalang Pilipino. Hashtag Utak, Puso, Bayan. Yun ang
Utak,
tagline.
Puso, Bayan.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Maraming salamat sa pagdalaw ninyo muli dito sa Art2Art at sana maulit muli.
Yes.
Okay. And again, congratulations on the opening of Pingkian Isang Musikal. And sana talagang maging very successful ang inyong initial run at maulit muli sa marami pang bahagi ng Pilipinas. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art2Art kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja Elizalde, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.